In this episode, we answer questions like, I'm 68 years old, do I need to build up my upper body? I have a bad back, what can I do about it? I get pain at the front of my shoulder, what can I do? And should I eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and dinner like a pauper?
You ask questions, and we'll answer them. This is the Ask Dvcc Fit and Active Show.
Hey, this is Mark and Steve from the Dvcc, and this is the Ask Dvcc Fit and Active Show. So today we've got some questions that have been emailed into us specifically for people that are 60 plus, so people that would qualify for our seniors or for our Fit and Active Show, I should say. So if you are 60 plus and you want to inquire about that, go to our website, thedvcc.com, and you'll be able to see some information about their special program. But like I say, we've got some questions. I'm going to read them out and let Stephen answer them. So,
I am 68 years old. Do I need to bother building my upper body up?
Well, I mean, let's define what building up means. I guess, really, we're talking about, do I need to try and get stronger in my upper body? And the simple answer is yes. I mean, we touched on this the other day, but it becomes more and more important, actually, as we get older, to build muscle to try and get stronger. Now, I'm not saying you're suddenly going to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger. Be very tricky. He's quite. I mean, he's in great shape. Yeah, he's about that age. But the thing being, the stronger you are and the more able you are, everyday tasks become easy. So I've trained plenty of people, and the DCC has trained plenty of people that have found, even it doesn't matter your age, 68, it doesn't matter, because someone at 45, I've had literally unable to pull their wheelie bin out to the end of the road. And it was a rehabilitation type setting, but he'd had this problem with his shoulder for years. And it was the victory is when he was actually able to take out the bin. And if we hadn't been structured and thought, right, we need to change this, when he was 68, it would have been an enormous problem.
So, yeah, the clarity over when you say building up, we talk with building someone up to be able to handle tasks easier. That's what we count as building up. Not building up to be a bodybuilder, building up to make everyday life easier. And that's the case. It gets harder as you get older. However, if you keep improving, it should only get easier.
And this is the thing that we're trying to emphasize. The levels of what you think should get harder need to go 20 more years, and then it should be getting harder. At 68, it shouldn't be getting harder. It's just what we perceive that we should be like, rather than actually what the reality of physically what we have to be like.
So stop listening to society, stop listening to your children that tell you to slow down, you should retire, you should take time off, you've earned to rest. You don't need to rest if you enjoy what you do. Keep doing what you enjoy and keep pushing yourself to improve. You shouldn't just get to 60 and start relaxing and giving everything up. It's actually about, that's the time that you double down on everything that you've achieved and you keep improving day to day.
Well, that's the point. You stop doing the things that you don't enjoy, such as some people don't enjoy work or whatever, and that's why they retire. But the key is that by getting stronger and fitter, you're going to be able to take advantage of all the things that you do enjoy and that you now have the time to do. So yeah, get stronger.
I often get lower back pain. What can I do to try and make this better?
Well, again, we've touched on some videos of this, particularly stretching, the right type of stretching. So stretching of your hips is very important. And if you look there's some videos we've done about hip flexor stretching. That will be very important in making your back function correctly. Because often it's not necessarily a back issue. It's just the fact that your back is doing more work than it's designed to do. And if you have tight hips, front of your body, maybe tight of your front of your leg, that will mean that your back's having to do more work than it's supposed to do. And so that can cause back issues. Also strengthening your glutes, the backside of your body, is very important. So your bum is very important to help stabilize your hips and to put as less pressure or as little pressure on your back as possible.
Good answer, I'll leave that one.
I often get pain at the front of my shoulder. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, actually, this is interesting because it is a recurring theme that it's pain that a lot of people seem to be getting with age. And that is the case because most people don't exercise, to be fair. They don't exercise continuously. And that's why you get pain. People often think, oh, it's because I play sport I got pain. Or oftentimes, the people that we encounter the most are people that haven't done exercise. They get the most amount of pain, whether it's bad backs or bad shoulders. They work, and therefore they're using their body in a certain way, and that causes certain dysfunctions, which causes the pain, and they're not correcting those dysfunctions over the years. So for shoulder pain, there's plenty you can do. We've touched on it again in other videos. In fact, there's a video we've done specifically for shoulder pain, but a lot of it comes down to with strengthening up the muscles around your shoulder. And rest is never the answer. So no matter what anyone says, resting for the rest of your life is not going to make something better. Leaving it will not make it better. You need to strengthen the weaknesses that are causing it. Now, on occasion, there are operations that are needed. However, until you've exhausted every option with strengthening the muscles that support your shoulder, that bring your shoulders back, then you want to save the operation until the last resort.
And the thing is, what you essentially need to do a lot of the time with exercise is correct all of the bad things you're doing for your body every day when you're sitting at a computer, when you're just crouched over. That's all a type of training on your body, essentially, and often what you need to do, and it may take a few months, but you need to be counteracting all of that bad stuff that you've been doing.
It's kind of like if you're sitting at a desk all day, you book in 2 20-minute walks in the day because it gets you upright, gets you walking correctly. Had we all been doing that for the last 40 years, we'd all be fine probably.
Yep.
But we don't, which means we need to put a bit more of a concerted effort into sorting out our dysfunctions that have been caused by the last 50 years.
Often the simple answer to most of these types of issues is movement. Moving will help, and exercise is the best way to do movement.
Cool. So, last question.
I was always taught to eat breakfast like a king and dinner like a pauper. Is that right?
Good question, and I really quite like that phrase because it's very broad, but probably more right than wrong.
I agree, yeah. And you're going to see a lot of people talking about fasting and things like that. And yes, that is good, and it has been shown to be good. However, often if you have breakfast, that starts your day off really well.
So you've got to, everyone looks at things
big picture.
Yeah, everyone looks at things through a lens. You want to look at the big picture. If you're able to not eat breakfast and then start at lunch or whatever and not crave food, you're a better man than I am.
Most people fast all the time anyway because they don't eat breakfast. They'll just grab a coffee, go do their thing, and so they're fasting already. So often it's more the development of the habit of thinking, okay, I'm going to take this time to give myself some nutrition to make sure that my day is successful.
Yeah. And there's other things to it in that you want 20 grams of protein to start your detoxification process. We've done videos on this in the past, and generally people struggle, certainly women specifically, struggle to get enough protein in. So if they go with the mindset of eating like a king at breakfast, they're far more likely to hit that protein goal, and they're far more likely to hit that protein goal for the whole day than if they, don't go in with that mindset. So in general, yes, we do agree with it. And
for most people.
And for most people, and do I live like that? Yes, I do. I mean, I doubled up my breakfast today, so I had 2 meals at breakfast because I had a busy whole morning and I wasn't going to get to eat, so I had a very big breakfast, which means I'll have less at lunch and less at dinner. So we kind of do live with that anyway. So, yes, in short, yes. Right, that was the Ask Dvcc show, Fit and Active. If you have any questions, send them in. As always, we ask a question of the day. I'm going to send it over to Stephen. Question of the day.
Are you encouraged to exercise more by your children and grandchildren or less?
Good question. Are you encouraged to exercise more or less by your children or grandchildren? Comment in the box below. Let us know. Comment on YouTube, comment on Facebook, wherever you're seeing this video. It'll be very interesting. We're keen to build up a community of people, even if you don't come to the centres, that can interact. We can all help each other. Let us know. As always, this is Mark and Steve from the Dvcc. Bye-bye.